welcome back to Living Off Grid. I am your host Lucia and I am live from Scotland.
If you require any assistance here at Edinburgh, please speak to our ground colleagues who will be happy to help. For those customers who have ordered special assistance to leave the aircraft today, please remain seated until the aisle around you is clear and our crew will be on hand to assist you.
I am sitting in my Airbnb having a tea and I'm just, cozying up with a blanket, thinking about how incredible these last few days have been. I wanted to record as soon as I arrived here, but I just couldn't. I have been in awe of Edinburgh, and it's just so, I don't know, I guess I didn't know what to expect really. I've done so much research and I've seen photos and have read so many articles and stories about this place, but it is truly something magical, and I could only hope that everyone gets to experience this. Now, I know for me it may be a little bit more of an experience because this is my first time out of the US. I don't know if I mentioned in my last episode that I've been to Mexico and, within the States, but definitely never Europe. And it has been one of my biggest dreams, I think, is just to travel the world and especially explore Europe because I find the history to just be so enticing, and the architecture, the art, as I am a writer and an artist, and at the core, I am an artist. So much of that is seen in architecture and just the ways that the cities were built and the design, and just it's a little overwhelming. I'm trying to stay composed because it has been a little bit emotional for me. I always say that I shouldn't be alive right now, and the fact that I am, I'm so grateful that I get to experience so much, and I'm so glad that I was strong enough to just live and know that even if life was shit at some point, that it was going to get better if I wanted it to get better, that I was going to live my dreams if I worked hard for them. And even if I left my job, to finally live the life that I wanted and how difficult it is, even doing that, it was worth it. It just, I would have still done this had I not left my job, and I probably would have been fired, but the fact that I didn't even care to lose my job because I knew that I wanted to go on vacation for an entire month, which is unheard of in the States, Most places just give you a week. And on the flight here, it's funny, I didn't even read a book. I think I watched most of one movie, and I didn't listen to music. I don't even know what I was thinking. I just kept looking outside of the window and I guess I couldn't believe that I finally just did it. At my age, at 38 years old, I finally just did something entirely for myself, selfishly. And I know my family was going to miss me for a month, and so was I, but I knew that I was going to leave, my family behind for a month, which we get together very often. So I understand that I would be missed, and so would they. But this experience that I've had so far, it's indescribable. And I think for anybody who has maybe traveled in any way, shape, or form, even if you just get out of the state, to experience something different, to experience something that is completely different than your everyday life and the way you were raised and the way that you are used to doing things, is an eye opener. And I think for me, what I realized is that although I live a simple life, things can be even simpler and you can still be happy. And I know that a part of me feels that way because I'm on vacation, right? Like, there's no responsibility really right now. But in speaking with people here, there's work-life balance, something which doesn't exist in Los Angeles. Not that I know of, not that I have seen, and that's even with people who have really amazing corporate jobs making a lot of money. They are still very busy, and work comes first and bills come first, which, yes, money is part of life, but experiencing life is so much more important, rather than just existing, rather than just being a body taking up space, paying bills. I'm so glad that I just said F it and booked this trip for an entire month to experience something that I wanted to 20 years ago and I didn't. And I just want to take this time to tell anybody out there who's listening to just follow your dreams no matter what. And I keep repeating this, I think, in every episode. I'm trying not to get emotional, but I'm somebody who has had many dreams and has accomplished a lot, and everything that I've wanted to do in my life I have done in the time frame that I've wanted to do it. Traveling was the only thing that I hadn't accomplished yet, and the fact that I now have, and it is a catapult to something greater and what's coming next, and the next chapter is just mind-blowing. Because although you as the listener maybe doesn't know me personally, and you don't know exactly what my plans are for the future, this trip is so important to everything that I'm working towards in more ways than one. I am trying to compose myself here. I hadn't realized how truly important getting away was until I was finally here. And when I was here, it almost just felt like a familiar place. And I didn't have any jet lag, which was strange. I adapted fairly quickly, honestly. As soon as I arrived, there was just no delay in adjusting to the time difference, which is 8 hours. And at the same time, it feels like I'm just in a dream state. I am constantly, maybe because I am just in the moment, I don't let the moment pass me by. that it constantly just feels like a dream. Every moment feels surreal. And there have only been maybe 3 times now that make me realize, like, wait, you're someplace different that you've never been. And those moments become so emotional because it just creates a staple in your mind of something that triggered you to realize that you have accomplished a goal, that you have reached a dream, even if it's just a ticket out of the country. That is huge. And I know that not anybody can do that. But if you can do that and it's your dream, it is possible. And I know there's so much more to say, and I want to say so much more about, everything that I've experienced over the last few days, but I'm a firm believer that certain things are meant to just be kept for yourself and only share the things that could help somebody in some way, shape, or form, because every experience that a person has is for them. And if there are certain moments that just mean so much to you, you almost don't want to destroy that by explaining the moment and really picking it apart, because again, it's a moment for you that you lived through that was meant only for your eyes, for your ears, for your physicality, for just everything, And I guess from this episode, I just want you to take one thing away, is that it's just never too late to live the life that you want. And my life may not be 100% exactly how I want it to be yet, because like I said in one of the episodes, is that I'm completely starting over a new life at almost 40 years old. And I'm not afraid of it. And I've also known people who have started new careers at 50 years old. And if you're a person who wants more out of your life or wants something different from your life, it is difficult, but it's also very possible. And I really hope that you go after what you want, after your dreams, regardless of whether you are a parent or not, you have a partner or not, you have a family or not. Your life is yours to live and not just exist. And I don't want to ramble on, so I'm going to end the episode here. But I will definitely be recording often. And although I will be posting every Wednesday, there may be some in between episodes of maybe me being on location somewhere, because sometimes especially like today, I went somewhere and I really wanted to just talk about it, as soon as I was done experiencing that. But maybe in the future I will try that. I'll make sure to have my recording equipment on me. But thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Living Off Grid. And thank you again for tuning in. It means so much to me. If you send me a message on Instagram, just know that I do read it and I will respond. So thanks again and stay safe.
On behalf of all of us on board and British Airways, I would like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you and a very good afternoon to you all.